Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. It's the Georgia Bulldogs and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
Guys, when I walk out onto the grass here at Saban Field, this is one of the most iconic places in all of college sports. When Bryant-Denny is good, it's one of the most dynamic home field crowds. They are so excited to welcome back their Crimson Tide, and they are really loud early in this pregame. I'll keep you posted on how loud, how crazy, and how frenetic it gets here for the Crimson Tide. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bulldogs offense as they take control of the football first. They sure hope that dynamic connection that was on display last week rears its head and wreaks havoc again today, Jesse.
And last week, it didn't matter what the secondary was doing from a coverage standpoint, David, whether it was man, zone, double covered, ISO'd. These two were simply unstoppable. Huge challenge for the defense today.
Well, maybe they try the triple coverage. I mean, because obviously nothing worked a week ago, but I've got to take his main threat away. Obviously a superstar out wide. Like, I've got to make somebody else beat me. Obviously a great QB wide receiver duo. I'm just not letting that wide receiver get me today.
Well, the tight end did a nice job there. He ran the route, he got underneath the linebackers, came out the other side, and that's a play he just has to be able to finish.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting him know it's going to be a long day. Can't get him to the ground. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They'll need 3 yards here on 3rd down to keep this opening drive alive. Scanning the field, it's Stockton. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
It's always interesting to view the good teams, the teams that are ranked versus the teams that aren't ranked. And this defense, man, like, how do they play it today? I love that start. Coming out aggressive, flying around, playing like your hair's on fire, getting a sack to start this game, getting a little momentum on their side.
Georgia lining up to punt it away. Oh, man, that is an absolute rocket launcher of a punt. Books it all the way in and now turns his attention upfield. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. So Alabama's offense takes the field for the first time in this game. And finding space to throw the football against this secondary will be a challenge.
And, man, I can't wait to watch this chess match today. This defense, they are so buttoned up, man. They are dialed in. They know exactly who they are. They can run zone. They can run man. They can stop the run. Like, they make things really hard for quarterbacks, Jesse. And this quarterback on the other side, he's pretty dang good. So I'm excited to see this matchup.
He's really good. He just has to be keyed in on timing. The ball has to come out on time. You can't stare things down against this defense because they're going to make you pay, and they try to make you see ghosts. I think one of the really good things about this defense is that they do a nice job disguising their coverages and changing the picture pre-snap to post-snap. So we know this quarterback physically, obviously, one of the most talented in the country, but mentally today, he has got to be sharp.
Got it in the middle, it's Edwards. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Pulls it in. It's Rodgers. Finds his way up just short of the 40 to the 39-yard line before he goes out of bounds.
Well, the short passing game is a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play. So this can certainly open things up later on.
Alabama needs just a few inches here on third down. To the ground to try to move the chains. He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. So on their first drive of the game, they're going to roll the dice a little bit and go for it on fourth down in their own territory. And he's not even close to the line to gain, and the defense makes the stop.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive, you want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out, you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on fourth down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
Pocket breaking down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, the offense taking a shot after getting the takeaway. They're in what's called the fringe area. It's not quite the red zone, but it's a good spot to throw posts, to throw goes, to throw deep corner routes, smash routes. That's exactly what they were thinking that time. Just a little bit off on the throw. Nice play by the defense, but I love the aggressive nature that time by the O.
Right, he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
I love that play by the defense there. Hanging back, watching the QB's eyes. Great job in coverage on the back end, and then rallying to him when he decided to go try and run for it himself. And now this defense is set up fourth.
And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. And it's right down the boulevard. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50 plus, and he did it with ease.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. The Alabama offense coming onto the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
They're dealing with a second and long. Takes the handoff. It's Hill. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. So they put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Back to throw, it's Stockton. Fires to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on third down. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
We talked to the offensive staff coming into this one. They knew going up against the top 25 defense with respect to sacks per game that they had to do a good job protecting the QB, but they have not been able to get that done so far. They've already now allowed 3 sacks in this game.
Georgia sends out the punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Oh, that punt has been cleared for takeoff. Look at it go. Hauls it in, looking for space. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. This offense has been stagnant so far. 1, 2, 3 kick the last time they had the ball, and this time really needing to get a score. There he goes! And he's able to shed 1 tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Nine-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. The give from the gun. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Really nice run there. Now, listen, modern-day college football, I know it's all about spread offense and throwing the football and going up tempo and scoring quickly, but, man, you think back to Bear Bryant in Alabama, doesn't it always seem like they've always wanted to establish the run game? They have always wanted to be physical. Bear Bryant would have loved this guy in his backfield. With his physical style of running, man, he fits that just perfect.
We'll get a stoppage here for an injured player for the Tide. That's the big sophomore tight end who's shaken up. Holly Rowe will keep an eye on him. Alabama with a multitude of options on 2nd and short. Using his legs, it's Hill. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Personal foul.
So the officials spy that face mask penalty, and the offense gets a first down. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Leaves it with the back. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Throwing, Mack. Finds a soft spot in the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
The Crimson Tide rolled to that last first down on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to the run. In the red area, it's Hill. Might have a chance. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped.
In most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like, I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches I'm getting a first down, I'd say the offense will be in a really good position all game long.
Might be changing the route. They'll run it on 1st and goal. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick its way to the end zone. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And this defense sold out for the run. I love it. Physical, downhill, 2nd and goal. Nice job getting the stop, forcing the 3rd down.
Still some work to do here on 3rd and goal from the 3. Trying to slam in. Taken down just short of the sticks, but the offense still within scoring range on 4th down.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Paul.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, they got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
Not only will he not get in, they'll stop him behind the line at the 4. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the 1st period. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. Let's take a look at the numbers through the 1st quarter. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the 2nd. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Goes back at the 3. At the end of the play, there's a Georgia Bulldog who has yet to get up. Looks as if it's their senior quarterback who's down on the play, and that is a guy they can ill afford to lose. We'll have Holly check on his condition shortly. Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. Keeping it on the ground inside, it's Frazier. They stop him after a short game, probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with 4th down coming. Georgia lining up to punt it away. Steps into this one and unleashes a booming punt. My goodness. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. The Tide ready to roll on offense. On that last drive, 4th and goal didn't exactly work out. They really need to pay it off this time, Jesse.
And they were so anxious and eager to get back on the field. They know they left points on the board. They let that one get away from them. They look like they are pumped up and ready to go here, man.
And listen, it was a good drive, so you got to remember that. But they got to realize, I got to get points. When I get in those areas, I got to capitalize. And they wanted a touchdown last time. This drive, they can go make it happen.
Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Might be calling a hot route. Keelan Russell. Quick completion on the out. He's into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 47.
And you know, Alabama at the quarterback spot, obviously, you need that great player. When they've had the great player, these teams have been really, really great. The last couple years, man, you've kind of seen the inconsistencies come out at that spot. So finding that next guy, critically important.
It is critically important. I think what's interesting about Alabama at that quarterback spot, too, is a lot of other programs, they reload the position through the portal. But when you think about Alabama, they kind of grow it internally from guys they've recruited who have waited their turn and then finally show up. Ty Simpson was one of those guys. He waited his turn year after year to get his opportunity, and I think they feel like they've got the guys inside the building already that can take over the spot and lead this team to a national championship.
Looking to throw, it's Russell. Zings it complete to the right. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Not a lot there. Picks up one inside the 20 to the 19.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Russell. Got it in the middle. It's Rodgers. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down.
And I love when my quarterback sees zoned and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Sends it back in motion. Mack from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, the big fella almost had the interception. Instead, it'll be 4th down. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. He'll line it up from 34 yards out. Never a doubt. And after the 3-spot guys, we're all tied up.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Georgia offense, ready to go on the attack. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Off play action on 1st down. And he can't make the connection on his first attempt. Let's see if he settles down.
Well, that's one the offense would love to have back. That's a play they practice over and over and over. They feel like they can run that play in their sleep, not able to connect there.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They'll give to Frazier. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on 3rd down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on 3rd down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. On the run, it's Hill. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Moves up to the 34-yard line, give him a 10-yard pickup.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
The run inside. It's Riley.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. Runs first down, and the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Austin Mack makes the grab along the sidelines, but it'll be a little short of the first down.
When you run this out route, you know you're starting to get close to the sidelines. I know I got to start slowing down and find a way to drag or get one toe, a pinky toe, a big toe, whatever I can inbounds. Nice effort, nice catch, way to keep something in bounds.
They have it at the 43, 3rd and short, trying to avoid making a decision on 4th down. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. He's not going to make it to the first down marker, but that looked like a clear face mask, and he might wind up with the first down anyway. I'm not sure he knew he had the face mask there, tried to let it go in time, but couldn't. It's a penalty on the defense. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Looking for space, it's Hill. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. If you're going to play Bama tough, you're going to find out really early if you can handle the running game.
Yeah, they're going to check your chin. I mean, they're going to come in and they're going to give you a steady diet of it. Even when they've had great quarterback play and spread the ball out, it's still a physical principle. They're going to make you stop the run. If you can't stop it, it could be a long game.
Mack. Here's the pressure. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. We'll get a stoppage here for an injured player for the Tide. That is the senior offensive lineman who's shaken up. Holly Rowe will check on his condition. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. To the air, it's Mack. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
As a quarterback, you've got to give your receiver an opportunity to make the play. You've got to put the ball on his body. And that throw gets away a little bit from the QB, and that leads to the tip and the interception.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. It's a fumble. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Breaks into the open. Takes it in. Touchdown Tide.
You practice these moments as a defense, but you never know when they're going to come to fruition. But how about it? The scoop, the ball's on the turf. They scoop it up, they take it to the house, the defense takes care of business and said, offense, we don't need you. We'll put points on the board.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. The scoop and score. What a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Let's go to the sideline in Holly Rowe.
Here on the Bulldogs sideline, I can see a lot of conversations happening between the offensive line and the running back. They just haven't been able to get the ground game going. They're talking about he has got to be more patient, and they have got to give more of a push up front. The crowd is making it hard, though. I can tell you it is hard to hear as they try to struggle and communicate. We'll see if they're able to come together against this very hostile crowd. Reese?
Thanks, Holly. They'll go to the air on 2nd and short. Makes the grab. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun here with Nate Frazier. Here's a little room there. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
They get a huge gain on that toss play, and this running back, when he's got the ball in space, watch out. You see when he's out in the perimeter of the field, he's able to pick his spots. He can make people miss. He's got a bevy of moves. Way to generate the explosive play.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, it feels like each and every year when you talk Georgia and their ability running the football, they are about as deep at that position in running back as anybody in college football. You look to last year, David, it felt like every game there was 5 or 6 guys. It was Nate Frazier and 4 other dudes all getting it done. They recruit so well at that position. They bring in fresh bodies. They wear defenses down. We expect that to be the same thing this year.
They do, but I tell you what, man, the highlighter to me, the top guy is Nate Frazier. And them keeping him this offseason, there was a lot of people that were trying to make him a very rich man. And I'm not saying he's not a rich man at Georgia, but, like, he is the superstar. He's got great feet. You saw him take next steps after his freshman year. And this guy really has dynamic quickness. He explodes through the hole, home run speed, doesn't mess around. He's really proven to be a great back.
And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Right down the boulevard, it's good. That'll bring him to within 4.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Looking for a crease. It's Hill. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Throwing Mack. Just missed on the connection, incomplete. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Running inside, it's Riley. He's knocked down just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line. It brings up 4th down. The Bulldogs using their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. The Tide will have to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. Now on the return. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Let's go down to the sideline and Holly.
here on the Georgia sideline. Guys, the running back told me something to keep an eye on. It's just he's a little banged up and bruised up. Last week in that win, a lot of contact that he absorbed, and he said he's got to really fight through it here today. Not 100%, but I will let you know how it's going from the sidelines. Back to you.
Ollie, we'll see what kind of problems that might cause. And the Dogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Unloads quickly. Got room at the 35. He'll pick up a few on the play, just enough for the first down. They'll mark it right at midfield. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line.
And you've really seen the evolutions of tight ends, man. These guys are no longer just big bodies that block like the extension of the offensive line. They're more like receivers, and I love when the quarterback gets it out of his hands, and then you just watch. Like, they can make plays, they can run people over, they can now run around people. Like, so nice to have these tight ends.
The Dogs come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Tried to fight his way through that tackle when he's brought down.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your deep.
Snags it, and he's open. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And the final 41 yards covered by that touchdown strike. On the move from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Austin Mack rushes on him, and down he goes.
And don't get it twisted, a big part of this team's formula for success defensively is getting after the quarterback. In their last game, they had 6 sacks, won the game. They know they've got to be able to get after the QB in this one, put some pressure on him, and they're already off to a great start.
Timeout on the field, and that's the second call by Georgia. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half.
Really nice play call there on 2nd and long by the offensive coordinator. He was able to get a lot of that yardage back by running the football, and now, of course, it sets up a 3rd and manageable situation.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. To the air, it's Mack. And the completion to the sideline, a solid pickup, but not enough for the first down.
Well, it's a good decision by the quarterback, and I know you didn't get the first down, but the good news is you got a chunk of yards back, now setting up 4th and short and giving yourself an opportunity to go for it here and keep this drive going.
Punt is on its way. Let's see what he can do with it. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Throws to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
2nd and 10. He'll throw again. Looking to the big tight end. Complete in the middle. He stopped at the 32. It'll be a first down in the waning seconds of the half.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. And he'll need to show off some leg strength 58 yards out and trying to bend it in from the right side. No good. It's still a three-point game after the miss. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Guys, let's get it started here. Week 6 on what's already been a revealing day here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. Let's take a look at the Nebraska Cornhuskers taking on the number 5 team, the Indiana Hoosiers. And it's the Hoosiers on the losing end right now of a tight one. This legit playoff contender kind of stumbled out of the gates. And while there is time to turn things around, they had better start soon. And now over to your game at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Back and forth we've gone so far, and these numbers, it's funny, third down conversions don't always tell the story. Maybe staying out of those situations in the second half is the safest pathway to victory. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in T-Town.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. We're just about ready to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Holly, what did you find out coming out of halftime?
I caught up with the Tide head coach running back onto the field. He said this is exactly the type of game he was expecting. 2 solid defenses have made it very difficult to find points in the end zone today. The defenses have been terrific so far, really limiting what the other is able to do. Points are at a premium down here. Guys, you've got to believe that whoever makes the next mistake and has a turnover, that might be a significant change in this game. I'll keep you posted from the sidelines. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7.
Wide, 53! Wide! Opposite! Blue idiot!
Running back searching for a hole. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. Last drive ended after a long missed field goal, and they have it back ready to go to work. Looking for a man, it's Stockton. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Snowed under by the defense. Clock stops momentarily as there is an injured Bulldog on the play. Looks as if it's their senior quarterback who's down in the play, and that is a guy they can ill afford to lose. We'll have Holly check on his condition shortly. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. Bringing the heat. Blasted as he lets it go.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
My goodness, he unloads on that one. And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes that Alabama offense. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. And the big dog got him again, and Georgia can be judicious when they blitz because they get pressure from the guys up front.
So nice having a defensive line that hunts, and year after year, Georgia finds these guys, but the double guys, the guys that can double sacks in a game, double-digit sacks in a season, these guys make your defense really special.
He's now up to 83 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's 3rd down now. Right on the money. He stopped at the 23 and still a ways to go to pick up the 1st down. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. That leg is staying loose, already the 5th kick of the night. On his way back from the 20. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. It has been a complete uphill struggle for both of these Oh, he's got some space. Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line. The offense lining up for a 1st down play. They'll ride the hot hand. Ball is loose. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster? I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the catch. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. That gives him a 16-10 lead.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
The Alabama offense coming onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Making side adjustments here. Mack. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 balls, when you get your hand on it, man, they got to start making those plays.
Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Dropping back, it's Mack. It's complete. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. The Bulldogs will use their 1st timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. We've seen a lot of the punt team 6 times tonight. Catch is made at the 15. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
Looking to throw on 1st down. grabbed over the middle. It's Wiley.
Now, I know that completion isn't a touchdown. It's not a deep play deep down the field, but how about the strong hands by that receiver making that catch? He made that look pretty routine. He had that DB draped all over him and still was able to help this offense get positive yards.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. They'll try to get the first through the air. He's got his man. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Georgia sends out the punt team. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. And they won't be able to down it. It goes into the end zone for a touchback. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Throwing Mack. And the catch along the sideline will come up a little short of the first down.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Ball spotted at the 29. Here they come on 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. Trainer's out having a look at this junior defensive back. Holly Rowe will update us on his condition. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. They'll give it to him again. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking for a gap. It's Hill. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. He was grabbing for anything he could get a hold of and wound up with a fistful of face mask, and it'll cost him 15. 3 yards. First down for the offense after that penalty. Handoff to the lone back.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Good timing on the quick out. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down. They'll give it to the back. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
Might as well give it to him again. Dropped after a pickup of 4 down to the 16.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
Wilson, hey, Wilson, Wilson!
Austin Mack. Quickly complete. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Setting up for the extra point that would put them on top. And the extra point puts them on top by 1. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they close the deal with a 16-yard throw for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Georgia offense, ready to go on the attack. They weren't able to move it on their last possession, ended up punting it away, but now in a tight game, another opportunity for this offense. They'll get this drive going from the 17. They'll move the wide receiver. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Complete. Gain of right at 7 yards, 2nd and 3 coming.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands. You saw it on that last play.
And the Bulldogs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Back to pass. Somehow fits it into a host of defenders. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
You know, there used to be a time in college football where tight ends were just possession receivers. You'd throw it to them, and they'd go down right away. Not this guy. That was a short throw. And then he shows you the athleticism once he has the ball in his hands. That's why he is such a tough matchup for any defense. Man, he's a problem.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Quick completion to the right. Could not make his way to the corner.
For a wide receiver screen to work, you've got to have better blocking out in front by other receivers. They're just not physical enough at the point on that last play.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Makes a catch. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. And they are sending out the field goal unit now. Thought they might spin that wheel of fortune on 4th and short, but they'll line up for the field goal. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Somebody better check that dude's foot and see if it's juiced. Man, oh man, from outside 60, he sails it through.
Now look, you don't see kickers on highlight tapes too often. That 61-yard field goal is going to make every highlight reel in the country. Wow.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.